Hey everybody, Matt here with the Most Adequate Collection, and probably a short video today, but wanted to go over the very first mail day I got from a fellow YouTuber. I started this channel right at the beginning of the year, so I've been going for about just under 3 months now. I had some great interactions with people online, just through the comments. A few people commenting on my videos, a lot of regulars, which is nice. Up to about 75 or so subscribers, which is awesome. I didn't expect that many so quickly. But I haven't really had any interaction, or a whole lot at least, apart from the comment section. So I decided the best way to try to instigate some of that is to just simply get in contact with someone or a couple people and just send them some cards and just say, here you go, here's some stuff that I have that you might like. And as time has gone on, I started following a couple of YouTubers that are also into hockey, just like I am. One of them is Rob, who does the channel Bucks and Six. He's a big Vancouver Canucks fan, so we found the one. And I do have a couple, or did have a couple, really cool Vancouver Canucks cards that I sent to him. The two being autographed patch cards of Dendrel and Henrik Sedin, which I liked together and thought should always be together simply for the fact that they have the exact same serial number, both numbered 21 out of 60. And he posted a video on them like a week or two ago after I sent the cards to him. So he probably can do a better job of explaining the coolness behind them than I could, because they mean more to him than me. I like the cards, great players, Hall of Famers, patch cards, autographed on card. So they were really cool, but at the end of the day, they would only ever be shoved into a box of my collection. As great of players as they were, and they certainly were that, I don't know if they would fit into what I would do for display as my collection. So I felt that they would better be showcased in somebody's collection who would actually showcase them. So I just sent him those cards, a couple other nice Vancouver Canucks cards that I had. Just because I thought that they'd be better appreciated in his collection. I wasn't expecting anything in return, but of course, if something came my way, then that would certainly be great. And he came through. He sent a few cards my way, and show them off to you. I was pretty happy with what he sent. First off, I don't know all the years of some of these because they're more recent. I was pretty active in pack ripping back between around 2010 and maybe 2014-15. So I know those products very well, but anything in the last 10, 11 so years, for one, I don't know it very well. Two, I also don't have it. So that's kind of the nice thing too, is since he's been getting some more cards recently, then he's going to have a lot of stuff that I just don't. And he certainly came through. But one, first I'll show off from Skybox Premium, we have a Philip Gustafson. He is currently a Minnesota Wild goaltender. But this is from his prospect year with the Ottawa Senators. Now, as you can see from my hat, I am a Penguins fan, but I live in Minnesota. So I do have a love and appreciation for the Minnesota Wild and a lot of the players on that team. I certainly follow them regionally. Yeah, we all have our favorite teams, but we also have other teams that we like and follow and want to do well. And the Minnesota Wild is certainly that for me. So this is a really cool card to have. And as I mentioned, one I don't already have. Next View actually worked well for his collection in that he got them because the player played for the Vancouver Canucks for a time, but then just this last season was traded to the Minnesota Wild. So it worked for him for a while because they played for his team, but now he no longer plays for the team. So I guess it made it easier for him to part with. But got quite a few, 3, 4, 5 cards of Quinn Hughes. Defenseman, now for the Minnesota Wild, formerly for the Vancouver Canucks. Also a gold medal Olympian now. And some really cool stuff. I don't know if there's any cards of him yet on the Wild, just because the trade happened a few months ago. So there is a certain amount of time that has to take place between a player gets onto a new team, and photographs are taken, cards are designed, produced, packed, distributed, opened up. But got a few cards of Quinn Hughes on the Vancouver Canucks. This one from Metal Universe. Another one from Metal Universe. And a third from Metal Universe. Really cool looking cards. I don't know how much justice the screen does them, because anytime you try to get some light to it, of course, it's going to show the reflection of what's on the other side of the room. But great looking cards. Really like the set. Backgrounds are cool. Texturing and shine on them is really cool. Also have an O-Pee-Chee card. I like these for TTM purposes, because they do use the old cardstock, which always, I think, a lot of times shows up better on these. Bold, it stands out, and so I use these for TTM purposes. I don't know that Quinn signs TTM at all, so it might not be for that, but great looking card out of the way. And then the last one is from Upper Deck Portraits. It's actually an insert from 23-24 Series 1. And there you go. I think I've seen a few other cards of these at some of the shows that I've been to. And it's not only the frame, but they put them in these old, 1500s type of clothing. Just something weird and cool. I like it. Next up, we have Minnesota Wild Star Kirill Kaprizov. Again, from from Metal Universe. I think I have the exact same one that we just saw of Quinn Hughes. And then another Metal Universe as well. And this one has the alternate Minnesota Wild jerseys, where they take the current jersey design and logo and then adapt the old Minnesota North Stars colors. Which I guess a lot of people like. For me, I'm just a fan of the regular green and red Minnesota Wild sweaters. Still a great looking card. Got the blue background. I'm assuming it's a parallel of some kind. A little bit of research could have answered that for me, but I didn't. And hey, speaking of Metal Universe, going over to the Pittsburgh Penguins, we've got a couple Sidney Crosby cards. Got this one right here. And with it being a newer model in design, that's one I don't have, so it's certainly appreciated. Then we have another Sidney Crosby card. Gaming XP. I'll have to look more into what these inserts are. It says 20 XP on it. I'm wondering if there's certain levels of rarity. I'm not really sure, but a great looking card. And kind of going back a few ways for the Penguins, we've got some Mario Lemieux cards. 91-92 Upper Deck. No, that's 90-91 Upper Deck. I'm sorry. Got that year wrong. But I've had a few of these cards. I've always loved this photograph. Really cool looking. And if anyone was collecting in the early 90s, you know about the hologram inserts. So we got one of Mario Lemieux here. Oh, there we go. Actually, you can kind of see that pretty well. From 91-92, features him as the Conn Smythe Trophy winner that year, which is the most valuable player of the Stanley Cup playoffs. And this would be from the first of 2 consecutive Stanley Cups. Now, on the baseball side, I am a Chicago Cubs fan, but I also grew up in Houston. So the Cubs are my number one team and have been ever since I followed baseball, starting in 1989. But I grew up in the Houston area. Even though I'm in Minnesota now, I grew up in Houston. Went to a lot of games at Minute Maid Park, and then before that, Enron Field, and then before that, the Astrodome. So I was a member of the Astros Buddies program as a kid, and would go to about 5 or 6 games a year for a few years when we were part of that program. And when I look back, considering how long of a drive it was, yes, within Houston, but at the same time, from where we lived on the northwest suburbs, it would take a good hour to get to the Astrodome downtown. So it was certainly an effort on my dad's part to take us. But me being a dad now myself, I know that I would make that drive to go to a baseball game too. So maybe it wasn't as taxing of a task as I might think it was. But we got a from 92 Stadium Club, Greg Maddux. Some might say the greatest pitcher of all time. There's certainly an argument to be made for it, but this is from his time with the Cubs, where he started his career and won his first of 4 consecutive Cy Young Awards. From my current home state, we've got a 1986 All-Star card of Kirby Puckett. And then from 92 Stadium Club, also from the Astros, Jeff Bagwell. This is from the Members' Choice. It's not really an insert because it's part of the set, but looking at the number, this is from Series 3. So, really cool. And lastly, to go with the Astros set, we have a Josh Hader Bowman, first Bowman card, autographed. It's a great looking card, really cool to add to my collection. And being mostly a Cubs fan, I don't pick up the Astros as much as I might otherwise. So it is certainly something that that has a spot in my collection. And it's one of those things too of where a great gift is something that you wouldn't necessarily buy for yourself. So I don't know that I necessarily get this if I was at a show or a card shop, because of course my focus is squarely on Cubs, retro baseball, Pittsburgh Penguins. So it's nice to get things that fit in your collection, but are a little bit outside of what you would normally focus on. And as you would notice, it is also in Rob's Slab City label with the Magpro. Now the cool thing here is I haven't invested yet into either the Magpro cases or putting my own labels together. So this is nice to not only get a Magpro, but also get his custom label, which is really cool. So I like that a lot. The dilemma is do I keep this card in here with a label, or do I replace it with another one? Maybe with that Mario Lemieux card, maybe with the Sidney Crosby, because it certainly would go with the colors of that label. Or with it being the Astros, do I put another Astros card in there for my own collection? For now, I think it'll be here, because he put the card in here that he wanted to send me. I think eventually I'd like to, on these, I got a new display case for cards. And so eventually, one of those rows I'd like to put into cards I've received from other YouTubers in the Magpros from their channel with their label on it. So that's a goal further down the line. Who knows? Who knows if that'll ever come to be? But for now, I think that that Josh Hader card is going to stay right where it is. It'll probably go in that case, in that card, or in that case, while in that case, if that makes sense. But yeah, it was really cool. I was super happy to get a package from another YouTuber. Super happy with what was in it. Some cool cards to add to my collection. I really appreciated the more recent hockey, because that's certainly an area of my collection that is lacking. Anything more recent in the hockey or baseball world is something I need, because I was a regular pack ripper for about a good 4 or 5 years in the early to mid 2010s. But as far as the last 10 years goes, I haven't gotten a whole lot at all. So it's certainly appreciated. Go check out his channel if I can figure out how to do it. I'm still new to YouTube. But if I can figure out how to do it, I'll put a link to his channel. He's, like most of us, a baseball guy, but he also does a lot of hockey as well, which is kind of what drew me to him, because I kind of see that I'm the same type of collector, hockey and baseball. So it was certainly great to interact with him. Glad he appreciated the cards I sent him. I certainly appreciated the cards he sent me. I do have in my channel description a link to my email if you want to exchange some cards. I personally, the way I like to do trades is just say, hey, I've got some stuff to send to you, and the other person says, cool, I'll send you some stuff too, and then we just leave it at that. I used to do trades where I'd kind of negotiate back and forth with people, and unless it's a super major card, I don't really feel the need to. I don't want to spend the energy on a negotiation. Just, hey, I've got some cool stuff. You send it to me, some stuff to me. I'll send some stuff to you, and then we're happy. But I do have my email in my channel link or channel description. So if anyone wants to reach out to me, that's a good way to do it. Until next time, thanks for watching, and we'll see y'all later.